At least a few of us, right? I know. We're back on the Morning Brew, and Carlos here and I, we're talking about the Ferrari, and we're trying to figure out ways to leverage that, get that down to, because they have the car show every year for charity.
Yeah, I'm going to get it in Tractor's parking lot.
That'd be great fun.
That's the next stop.
Right?
Next stop.
He wants all your cars in the Tractor Brewing parking lot next year, Jerry. Why not? Well, right.
He said, why not?
He said, why not? It's done.
We
made it happen. We heard it. It's on tape. But you guys have some other cool stuff going on this weekend, because it's 24 hours of art.
It is 24 hours of art, thanks to Lumber here,
right?
And Tractor Brewing. So
I love it. It's going to be huge this weekend because it's part of the Umbrella Week too, right? And there's the Ciclovia thing that's coming up. We had those guys on yesterday talking about that. But 24 hours of art. I mean, do you guys really work all night painting art? Making art?
No. Last year we did. We had a 24-hour festival with the overnight being a film watching slumber party, if you will. And that didn't
was the slumber
work.
Party on purpose, or did that just happen?
I needed a name. But it didn't quite work for the public. So this year we broke the 24 hours of art, or the 24 hours up over 3 days. So Friday's about 8, Saturday's 11, and Sunday's 5.
Very cool. And it's some of it's attractive, some of it's all over, right?
yeah.
With the main event happening on Civic Plaza. We're taking on Civic Plaza this year.
Which would be great fun. Because is that where the Ciclovia is starting? Is that during the 24 Hours of Art celebration?
Yeah, Ciclovia on Sunday, the nice thing about that is it doesn't really start anywhere. You can just sort of come in. They just have a mile of 4th Street and a little bit down in Badelas closed
Blocked
down.
off, and you can ride back and forth between the rail yards and Civic Plaza.
That's the
and you
route,
can see the art and see everything that's going on. So how many artists you guys have involved in this thing? It's a lot, right?
I want to count them this weekend, but I think it's got to, everybody who came together for this, when you break up the musicians, when you break up the filmmakers, the theater troops, it's got to be over 150.
That's got to be, yeah.
It's huge, yeah. And everybody, some people are making art, some people are selling art, some people are just showing art. I mean, there's a little bit of everything, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit of like, so there's theater performances, there's bands, there's poets. There's going to be like live art for kids, so we're going to have like some chalk stuff, sidewalk chalk stuff.
Oh, great!
So things to engage them. You can do that.
I'm down with the sidewalk chalk. Yeah, that's
something for everyone.
About my speed.
Yeah.
We'll get the really big chalk for you, so you can grip it better as well.
That's good. I like that. The giant ones.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Maybe some just crepe paper I can scribble on.
It's all free too. I think that's a big point to make. Is last year we did this thing last year. This is the second year. It happened at the rail yards last year, so now it's on Civic Plaza. It's a little bit bigger.
Right.
Last year it was $10 a head to get in. This year it's free. It's completely family friendly. I think it's just going to be a great time.
I think it will be, absolutely. So how did you guys come up with the idea for this? I mean, it sounds like it's one of those outsized, super ambitious ideas where you're like, I have this idea for 24 hours of art. Like, did everyone just say, you're crazy, Josh?
Well, we knew we wanted to throw a big festival to celebrate that was dedicated to Albuquerque's artists as sort of the big and grand way that once a year we could say, this is the amount of raw talent that we have here, and push all that out at once.
Because there's a ton of it.
There's a ton. It's 150 artists that we're working with, doesn't scratch the surface, you know.
Yeah.
And it's a shame that we can't work with more, actually, but
there's always next year.
There's always next year. Well, we're getting the word out here, telling people you can get involved, right? Do you guys have a website set up for it?
We do, yeah, abq24.com.
And anybody can sign up. Is it too late to become an artist to show up on the plaza?
It is, yeah. Curation has happened over the past several months, and everyone's sort of locked in.
But if you're an artist and you're looking for something now, you can log on, get the info, then next spring.
Chime in as early as now for next year. We could just start planning. I mean, that's it. It's basically like a 6 to 9 month planning process.
Yeah. That's huge. That's huge. How do you keep track of all this stuff? You got something going on every week at Track.
I don't know. Sometimes I don't, and it surprises me too. So I don't know. Sometimes it surprises me just the same. And I'm supported by a lot of good people at Tractor, and then working with these guys, they're really organized. So it's not always just me. I'm just happy to be a part of it. So, so come be a part of it. The 18th. It starts at the 18th at Tractor Brewing at 6 o'clock.
That's Friday night.
That's Friday night.
And then Saturday?
10 a.m. on, 3 p.m. 3 p.m. on Saturday.
3 p.m.
Here's the flyer. It's got all the dates on it. We
Yeah.
don't have to worry about thinking about all this stuff. Somebody was kind enough to write it down for us, but September 18th, 19th, and 20th.
That's right.
And Friday night at Tractor. And at Tractor, you're going to have bands, you're going to have artists. I think is there live painting and that kind of
Live
stuff?
painting, food trucks. Yep.
I love the live painting. That's one of my favorite things. When I go to Tractor and I see people there and they're setting up canvases, and like when the band will be jamming out and somebody will just have their canvas and they'll be jamming out with a paintbrush just to the band. It's so much fun to watch.
It's like a window into an artist's mind.
It is.
You know, like you get to see them create. Usually you see just the creations.
Well, how many times do you want to you see a piece of work and you're like, I wish I could have been in the studio when they did this,
exactly.
right? It's seeing them do it, and you get to see that live at Tractor, which is really a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun, yeah. And you can go all over town, too, and see it. We're happy that a lot of folks end up in our hallways watching it and or painting, though. It's a good time. So
That's very cool. Well, we'll check it out this weekend, and I'm probably going to be riding my bicycle on the Cyclovia Trail this weekend,
Awesome.
checking it out. So it'll be perfect going between the rail yards and you guys on Civic Plaza. But we got a whole bunch more on the Morning Brew. We got our buddies from the rail yards, which will be connected to these guys via 4th Street.
That's our street,
On all weekend, actually, on the Morning Brew with friends.